until equities roll over, we can focus on some of the specifics going into earnings and a few other stories that have been market moving. One of them has been Ozempic, the miracle weight loss and perhaps other functions drug. Caroline, the latest this morning is not so much about the impact on sweets and soda makers, but actually kidney and dialysis companies that now might have some competition from this drug. I mean, what is going on? What's the latest here?
I know. Ozempic, of course, is from drug maker Novo Nordisk. Novo Nordisk shares up today, up about 3%. And you're right, we've been talking about how much of a disruptor Ozempic could be, not just for the weight loss industry now, and for the junk food industry. We didn't see it hit PepsiCo's bottom line yesterday, but it's clear that it's on their radar. And now there's talk that it could disrupt kidney treatment industry, and we're seeing that play out in shares of some of these kidney treatment companies really plummeting today on this news. The news is that Novo Nordisk stopped trials of Ozempic to treat kidney problems early because it was successful. The drug maker said it's stopping its kidney trial in people with type 2 diabetes and chronic kidney disease based on recommendation from the Independent Data Monitoring Committee, concluding that the results from an interim analysis met certain pre-specified criteria for stopping the trial early for efficacy. Full results are expected in the first half of 2024, but this really just goes to show that drugs like Ozempic have therapeutic benefits beyond their original intended purpose, which of course was diabetes treatment. Citi, I know, even bumped their price target, saying the body of evidence, on Novo Nordisk, I should say, saying the body of evidence to support GLP-1 use over and above weight loss and blood glucose control continues to grow. So we're seeing Novo Nordisk shares up about 3% in the early going today. But so good news for the drug maker, bad news for companies that to have kidney treatment purposes, like kidney dialysis companies. DaVita, which is sinking today, down about 16.5%. We're looking at Baxter International, which is down about 5%. Fresenius Medical, down about 15 or 16% today. So it's certainly not necessarily being taken as good news for companies that provide kidney dialysis and other related services or equipment. So it's really interesting to see how much of a disruptor Ozempic and how much of our everyday life Ozempic has really become. I don't know. You called it the miracle drug. I've been hearing about some side effects.
I'm not a doctor.
That appealing.
Full disclosure. I don't want to get in trouble here. I'm not a licensed physician.
But if we start to see chiseled cheekbones on you, Oliver, we know what you turn to.
Yeah, exactly. Once I do the Elon Musk transformation, he says he used it before. All right, I'm trying to get them the natural way, hitting the gym. But yeah, getting into your mid-30s, it starts to get a little tough. The fact that the fact that the stock is up and all these are down is it's incredible.
Right, and we saw the snack food companies before PepsiCo's earnings, of course. Yesterday, we saw the snack food companies really kind of taking a nosedive because of Ozempic basically takes the joy out of eating, so there's concern that people just won't be eating as much anymore. We've seen companies like Weight Watchers under pressure because of it, but also, there's talk about it disrupting in a positive way, things like clothing companies, because people would need to buy new wardrobes, and,
airlines too.
There's just healthcare, airlines because lighter loads, but healthcare companies that make syringes because, of course, at this point, it's not in pill form, it's still in injection form. So it's really pretty incredible the impact of a diabetes drug, really, that we're seeing it have all this year at this point.
All right, I got to steal a joke from producer Coop here that it's basically the new AI. It's like all the companies are going to now start talking about Ozempic impact on their earnings. Oh yeah, we've been an Ozempic play for years. Yeah, we've got a whole team working on Ozempic. All right, yeah.
Those buzzwords.
Yeah, amazing stuff. Okay, when you stop a trial early because it's so successful, it's not really like something that happens a ton. So it's obviously some pretty compelling data here. I'm kind of surprised the shares are only up 2.5%. I guess they've already doubled over the past year, so fine. Perhaps things move a little slowly, but that rally kind of looking more justified, at least on this front. I would have, it's good timing for them too, because yesterday Pepsi's CEO basically tried to say that they don't see any impact, but the market disagrees. So, all right.
They don't, but they were talking about shrinking portion sizes. They were talking about focusing on less saturated fats and lower sodium content.
It kind of seems like they are
obviously
aware.
all very, very much aware. And, the CFO talked about, we'll pivot if we need to. We've done it in the past, obviously, as there's been other, health fads that have come and gone. But it's clearly on their radar.
For sure. Okay. All right. Thanks, Caroline. It's interesting of a story as there is in markets right now, frankly. Ozempic just going sector by sector, taking companies out.